Shay family, this is Edwin Rose. I'm sorry, this is Amon Rose, always trying to bring you guys the truth. Um, First thing first, man, I'm sending you guys positive energy, positive vibes. I do this because I love y'all. Hey, so it's been a few weeks. I've been studying a lot, reading a lot. So I know some of you guys have seen me say Lucifer is a different character. I don't know who Lucifer is. Technically, Lucifer, and this is what got my interest. Lucifer is only mentioned one time in the Bible. Do your research. I've asked you guys to look it up. But why is that name used more than any other term to describe the devil? Lucifer is only mentioned one time in the Bible. So that just threw me off. It just really bothered me. Like, it must be a different character. It has to be, you know, something different. And I'm like, why is it only mentioned what that name only mentioned one time in the Bible? So I'm just been it really has been bothering me for years, and I've told you guys I'm going to try my best to find out who Lucifer was, if there was another character that they stole, because you guys, by now, you have to understand that all of these stories in the Bible have been taken from other places, combined and made into the story that you read in the Bible. The biggest is stolen from Africa. The biggest is stolen from the books of the dead. Um, a lot of the main characters are from Egyptian pharaohs. Go look it up. Do your research. I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to sit here and quote everything for you and give you everything. I am going to give you the information where you can get it from. Um, you know, the biggest things that I've been reading is the books removed or the books unheard of. Now, mind you, the books removed are unheard of from the Bible. The big three is the book of Adam. Like I told y'all, um, I didn't know Adam had wrote a book, or they have a book that's supposedly written by Adam. Um, Very interesting book. Like I said, you gotta you just gotta be open to reading this stuff now. These are the same people that brought you the Bible that takes credit for all of this stuff. So it is what it is. Um, the Secret Book of John was another one. Um, uh, this one, the third one is the Gnostics Society Library, The Reality of the Rulers. Um, it starts in the creation story. So what you get when you read these books, you can see where they've taken parts of the books, they've left it out and added it back to it. And if you read it, if you just take up, I wasn't looking for anything because I had nothing to look for. Like I said, the main thing that I was looking for was who is Lucifer. But once you start reading it, especially the book of Adam, the book of Adam, Adam calls God a tyrannical God, and that they were his slaves. They were slaves. So that's not a good God. That's not a God that I want to worship. This is the man that he supposedly created that calls God a tyrant and a slave master. Why would you want to serve that? Why would you? You know, I don't get it. People, like I said, this is information. You're still free to do whatever you want to do. I have a I have a passion to bring the truth about the Bible since I wasted 20 plus years so called being a Christian. Wasted 20 plus years so called being a Christian. Not knowing what I was worshiping, not knowing I'm giving my servitude to, you know, servitude, master. Come on, it kind of fits. It kind of fits. So those are the three books that I've been reading for the last um, few months. Um, and like I said, they were removed for a reason. And if you go to them, you will see why they were removed. Like I said, um, Adam definitely calls God evil God. slave master, and he's not the true right God. Um, the other book, um, the secret book of John, you guys got to read it, man. Because some things are, like I said, they took pieces of everything else. Like, we've always been taught that it was Satan disguised as a snake in the Garden of Eden. And I'm not going to tell you which one. In one of these books is Jesus there. Jesus is the one there, you know, talking to the woman, deceiving the woman. Or, yeah, Jesus is the one doing that. So it wasn't Satan, aka Lucifer. It wasn't, or the devil. It was neither one of those. It was in this book, in one of these books, it was actually Jesus there. Okay? So how was Jesus there? I thought Satan was there because he was cast out. You read the book of Enoch. That's the fourth book. Read the book of Enoch. When the angels was cast down, the third angel was the one that deceived Eve. So now you're telling me. And see, when you read the book of Enoch and you understand where they use the word Lucifer, the one time they used the word Lucifer, what were they describing? What were they talking about? When you go to your Bible and you see Lucifer, what are they talking about? About the fallen one, right? So Jesus is the fallen one, aka Lucifer. So Lucifer is Jesus. Jesus is Lucifer. Um, I know it's going to be a big shock to some of you guys. Um, like I said, if you read, you can even go into the Bible and read the Bible. Um, you can go. I've shared this with you guys several times. Mark 3:23 to 27. So Jesus called them to speak, and he said, "How can Satan drive out Satan?" Jesus said, "How can Satan now?" You bring people to talk, and you're trying to flee away this evil person. Your Savior says, "How can Satan drive out Satan?" That's Mark 3:23 to 27. Go read it, man. Y'all know I always go to Romans 6:6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him. But once again, you have to understand numerology, you have to understand linguistics, you have to look and find out who is the old man. Once you figure out who is the old man and what the old man, um, I guess, aka nickname is, you will be like, how in the world can Satan be, because this was the time Jesus was about to get crucified. And they said, how can our old man be crucified with him? Okay. And read the rest of it. I'm not going to even share the rest of it with you. It once again, Lucifer is Jesus. Jesus is the devil. Jesus is the God of this world. Jesus is evil. God is evil. These people are evil. They are the evil characters. They are the one that deceived you. They are the ones that deceived you. Jesus is the one that's deceiving you because he is truly Lucifer. He is truly Satan. He is truly the devil. Now, I've always, Revelations 13. I've always got to go to this with you guys. Okay? And I'm just giving you some Bible verses to connect the other book information with the Bible itself because the information is there. Revelations 13. Okay. This is John's vision of the Antichrist. This is John's vision of the Antichrist. Once again, there's going to be two creatures that are in the same person. They work together. They are not separate entities. They are the same entity because one makes you worship the other. No, the concept. That's the concept that they presented to you, that there's two different entities, one good and one bad. No, they're both bad because they're both the same. Okay? 11. I'm starting at the 11th verse. Revelations 13, 11th verse. Then I saw a second beast come out of the earth. It had two horns like a lamb, but it spoke like the dragon. It exercised all authority of the first beast on its behalf and made the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast whose fatal wound had been healed. What person do you know had a fatal wound in the Bible and was healed? And what person do you know with two horns like a lamb makes you worship another person? I don't get it why y'all don't get the connection. Once again, what person do you know throughout the Bible whose fatal wound was healed? Who died but still, who died and has risen? What character? And does that character have a character with two horns that make you worship that character? That is the Antichrist. That's coming right out of your Bible. Because of the signs it was given power to perform on the first beast's behalf, it deceived the inhabitants of the earth. Once again, I said to you guys, Jesus is the deceiver. He has deceived you guys to believing that he is Christ. He's not. He's not the Christ. He's not. Okay? He is the devil in disguise. He is the fallen one. Um, Even when you look up Lucifer, when you look up certain names, when you look, like I told you guys, when you look up certain names, what's the origins of it? So the definition threw me off. The light bringer, that threw me off for a long time. I'm like, why would you say you the bringer of light? That to me that meant a good person. Not really, not really, because if you have darkness, you have peace. Light, when you see lights flashing in the air, and you see things, flashing with lights, 9 out of 10, that's an explosion. That's some type of event that didn't happen. It doesn't necessarily mean it's good because you bring in the light, you're shedding light on something. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Once again, once we're going back to the origins of things, dark used to mean good and white used to mean be evil. They flipped it and changed the script to it. Okay. So the bringer of light back in them days, if you bring in light to the dark, you actually not being a good person. You're not actually doing something that's dirty. So it all clicked. It all clicked. Like I say, everything is connected, family. All this shit started clicking, and I'm like, oh, okay. So when they was trying to combine all these names and they was trying to combine all these stories, Lucifer was one of the Latin names that they gave Jesus. Okay. Now I still don't know if this Lucifer person was another mythical creature in Latin history. I don't care anymore. But I'm giving you the information that Jesus is Lucifer. It's all tied. I used to say I didn't think they were connected. I used to tell you guys that, but no, 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 no. And these peoples, listen to me. And I'm not saying, once again, I'm not saying the original Lucifer is evil or whatever. I'm telling you that they took this name, Lucifer, and made it into Jesus and gave him that title. Who's the most beautiful angel in heaven? Lucifer, right? Also, wasn't Jesus one of the most beautiful, powerful angels in heaven? How could that be? You never said, Jesus, Lucifer was beautiful, but Jesus was right there with him. He was beautiful too. So you can't be the most beautiful and most powerful, and then they never separated the two and said, oh, okay, well, you know what, Jesus was too. Those two of them up there, they was both beautiful. No, it's because there's only one entity up there that refers to all of them. That all these names refers back to Jesus. All these names refers back to Jesus. Didn't they say Satan is the Lord of this earth? Huh? Then doesn't the Bible say that Satan is the Lord of this earth? I want you guys to do your research. Doesn't our book say Satan is the Lord of this earth? And I'm looking for, I don't see it. I'm gonna keep pushing. I don't understand how many times we can connect the dots to everything and still move like it's cool. This is not a cool book. And I've given you guys references that Jesus and the devil were the same. And just to get it again, Lucifer is actually the devil. I'm sorry, Lucifer is actually Jesus, because where they put Lucifer and Jesus, these other books place Jesus there. These other books didn't say Satan was there. These other books says Jesus was there. Okay, so there's too many dots connecting. So Jesus is the fallen angel. Jesus, and then remember this. This is his kingdom, right? This is supposed to be his kingdom, right? So remember this. The devil was cast out, right? Which, once again, we understand it was Lucifer that was cast out. That Lucifer is supposed to be aka Satan, aka the devil, aka the bad guy, right? So now one of these books places Lucifer and places Jesus in the Garden of Eden, deceiving the woman, and and now we can connect the dots and say, hey, that wasn't the devil, or aka the devil, or aka Lucifer. That was Jesus. So why are we worshiping this? And what was the whole purpose of the Lucifer's rebellion? Because he wanted the kingdom, right? Right. And even Jesus, when he was getting ready to be crucified, he was like, "Well, you promised me my kingdom. Where my kingdom at?" And God said that it was up there with him. But who still runs this place? If Jesus left, God brought him, took his only son back, and he left. What does that leave us with? Because there's two characters, right? So Jesus is gone now. So we're left with Lucifer, we're left with Satan, we're left with the devil. Because y'all, once again, use the word, challenge the word. I put up so many challenges to these Christians that they fail horribly. I haven't even had I haven't even had a Christian come on here and just say, you know what, I'm gonna prove that my Jesus and my God is right. Whatever they instructed us to do, and I told you 5 things before he ascended to heaven, what you could do. There shouldn't be no sick person in any hospital on this planet. So how can I worship something that doesn't work? You know, that's just like using a battery. It's dead. No cell, no nothing left. And you worship this battery. This battery is going to bring us peace. This battery is going to bring us this. And the battery is worthless. Has no juice. Not even enough juice to start your remote. It has no juice left. It's dead. And that's what these things should be to you guys. It should be dead. But, you know, it's up to you to do the research. It's up for you to be open-minded enough to look into these things and say, what the hell? Pen and paper. Pen and paper. You can read it just like I read it. But I've already been convinced just through the Bible that Jesus was evil, that God is evil. I've shown you guys plenty. I'm not going to show it all on this video. I wanted to keep this one kind of short, but I'll tag the other videos up there. Go through the video. Go through the videos. I mean, there's like I said, I know my level is right here. When it comes to speaking engagements, I know where my level is. But this isn't for your entertainment. This is for educational purposes. Get your pen and paper out. There's 4 books that you can Google. 4 books that you can Google. The book of John, the book of Adam, the Gnostics, and Enoch. Google those 4 books. But you got to take time to read them. You got to take time to study them. You got to take time. This is why it takes me so long, and this is why I get pissed off when people say your video should be shorter. Motherfucker, I've been reading for the last 4 months. How you want me to do this in a 5-minute video? It's impossible. It's not going to happen. So you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to sit down and, take this and write shit down. You have to, family. You have to. That's the only way that you're going to elevate past anything. Okay, that's the only way you're going to elevate past anything when it comes to this topic. Okay, here it is right here. What verse is this? Satan, who is the god of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. Now, it didn't say who don't believe in religion. It said who don't believe that he. Tell you what that meant. It means that he's blinded the world that don't believe he is God. You don't believe it. Why? Because he's tricked you. He's deceived you. He's deceived you. Satan has deceived you with this facade of Jesus. He's, that's it. The Bible is the Antichrist's book. So you will believe in the devil. So you will worship the devil. You will worship evil entities. It's not set up on a positive note. It's not set up for any positivity. And damn sure for black people. Black people. It's not set up for us. But let me get back to the information. So I gave you the 4 books to look up. I actually gave you a couple of verses that connects the dots. Jesus gathering people and saying, hey, how can Satan drive out Satan? You know, all these stories connect, family. They just all connect because that's how it was written. It was written so, look, man, the dude even calls himself Armand. Come on, family. Come on, family. He even says he's the king. Now, there's no other gods. There's no other gods, right? But he is the God over. He comes from the land of Egypt to rule over the gods of Egypt. Come on, family. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. But anyway, man, like I said, this is not, once again, it's not about a debate. It's not about a challenge. Um, I'm still open to those. You guys can, like I said, I'm going to share stuff on here that's giving you other information, Bible verses. These are the last 3 books that I've really been getting into. Who is Lucifer, man? Lucifer is Jesus, bro. Lucifer is Jesus. I was thinking that I was going to find, you know, some. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was thinking I was gonna find some majestic black man that was, going from town to town, exposing the truth, and somewhere in my position because the light bearer threw me off. Bringing the light threw me off because to me, in this moment in time, the light bearer to me is something positive. Okay, but the light bearer is not positive. It doesn't mean something positive. Okay, bringing the light to what their story is all negative. It's filled with deceit. It's filled with lies. You're shedding the light on what people want to believe in and have faith in, but it's all a facade and it's all a lie. So no, I cannot take that title and use it for good. I cannot take that title and say, hey man, I'm a light bringer. But in today's terminology, I could. But we're talking about this something that was written, um, what, almost 300 years ago. So what these people would or has orchestrated was all negative, evil shit. They wasn't doing anything positive. So bringing light to this is actually evil. You know, um, did Jesus tell Matthew, Luke, and Paul that they were the ones that was going to deceive the people and tell them that I am the Christ? Didn't he say it? Did he say it? I'm saying this is the things that I'm saying. It's so much information in the book, but we have to read it. We have to read it. So, hey, man, I hope you guys can get out of this, man. And like I said, I was hit with a good question a couple of days ago. Like, what should we study? Um, and I forgot to add numerology. Did I add numerology in there? I'm looking for it right now. Um, yeah, I add numerology. Um, linguistics, coding, psychology, how to find the origins of things. Basically, become researchers, family. I also want you guys to know name play. You got to understand name play. If you don't understand name play, you will never understand the Bible. If you don't understand that the devil was the tree, he was the serpent, he was that was a representation of him in the Bible, you will never understand that Jesus calling himself the Amen, Jesus calling himself the light, both of them being the bright morning star. They both had the same nickname that you would never understand. You would never truly follow and put the dots together that they're the same entity. Okay, you'll never get it. So you got to understand name play. Okay, name play, and then once you understand those things, you don't have to be a master of those things. Once you understand those things, you have to have an open mind. And like I told you guys, the Spaniards, their information, like their depiction of the natives when they moved here, when they came here, beautiful. Then you got to start connecting the dots. Their depiction of the Mexicans look just like the natives that was here. But then you have to connect the dots. You can't be so closed minded that you're going to still call these people Mexicans. You're going to call these people Native Americans. That was something that was written down almost 1,000 years ago, but that name has only been around for about 400 years. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. We got to do better. We got to do better. We got to be better. We got to be smarter. And I know, listen, on my page, y'all always see me put some excellent black youth up there. It's not a lot, but every time I read something about a 14-year-old graduating college, I post it. A 12-year-old accepted to college, I post it. A black kid invented how to conduct electricity out of water and light a whole village. I post it. We're not dumb. We're very intelligent. We're highly intelligent. We're highly intelligent people, but y'all think we're savages. Y'all think we come from this diaspora that these people have created for you. And I'm gonna do another video about the Matrix. So I'm finna stop because I can keep going for hours because of all the information that I know. But let's go. Let me finish up and just understand, family. And also, when you study the Spaniards' history, Asian history, and the big one, family, please, please, please study mine. Um, I call myself an Egyptologist only because a lot of information comes from Egypt. They didn't totally destroy Egypt, but Egypt is a child of Ethiopia. So if you can get some information about Ethiopia and just read, this is what I would tell you guys to go and study. Okay, but this concludes this video. I want to thank you for those who actually follow us, follow me, and And once again, man, if you feel like you want to contribute or do any donations, free funder. The page is for us. Give what you can, give what you want to do. Like I said, we're going to create a banking system. It does not mean a bank. It means a money generator because I don't want us to worry about money. Okay. And then I want to do farming and grow our own foods and have our own culture and shut motherfuckers off from us. Okay, and protect our children. Look what's going on right now, family. Look what's going on right now. Look. If you don't believe the murder rate, the kidnapping rate, the deaths, look at the psychological effect that all of this shit in the last 2 years have done to our people. Here in Vegas, it's hitting us hard. Here in Vegas, we had a young girl go to a drive-through and shoot up the drive-through window because of discrepancy in her order. We need to separate from this shit and get our minds right. Okay? We need to. We need to. All right? I do this because I love y'all. Hotel.